Apologies for the technical difficulties. We had to cool off some of the equipment, but we are here now. Here's what you missed. It was the top half of the second inning, and Upperman got a ground out by Braden Green. Then Carson Shoup was hit by a pitch, but Carson Holroyd grounded into a 5-4-3 double play to retire the side as South Gibson keeps it right where it is at a 1-0 lead for the Bees. Chris Worsing back to work when we get back to action here momentarily. Hey, help us out by hitting the share button on this stream right here as we are back live in a different link. I'm going to do the same thing to our Facebook page so that everybody knows this is where they can, and we will also do the same over the airwaves with Cookeville Communications. So Upperman leads 1-0. They have the lead. Chris Worsing worked a clean first inning. Had to work deeper into some counts, but however it takes as they look for a complete game victory out of number 28 today and try to save the bullpen for tomorrow. Jack Bradbury going to lead it off here for the Gibson or the South Gibson Hornets. Bradbury, Alford, and Moore. First pitch swinging as this one's chopped foul by Bradbury. That'll be 0-1. Gordonsville loses. Stunner today. Dropped 2 to Hollow Rock Brewston, and the two-time defending champs who entered as the number 1 ranked team in the state in any classification go home in the semifinals to Hollow Rock Brewston 10-5. Absolute stunner there. One softball state championship game tomorrow in the Upper Cumberland. It's not Gordonsville. It's DeKalb County. As the next pitch misses up and in, and it's 2-1 here from Worsing to Bradbury. Absolute stunner. As Jacob says it best, wow. Young said the same thing. I think a lot of people are going to say that. Now that great off-speed pitch drops in, and it's 2-2 here from Worsing to Bradbury. Bradbury awaits there in those nice bright orange jerseys. You know I like that. The 2-2. Fastball, this one sent up the middle. Long way for Fallon. Never mind, I lied. It's a short way for him. Sticks the glove out, makes the catch. 4 up, 4 down to start the game for Chris Worsing. Exactly what you want. If you're the Bees, it'll bring up Cameron Alford. And Upperman felt pretty good against the lower half of the order. Now, you still got to go and pitch and play well, but they're hoping that that bodes well for them, working clean against the top 4. Alford, the right fielder. First pitch against Worsing is in there. Right down Main Street for strike 1. He threw the changeup at 79. And we've seen all these pitchers really start to lean into that changeup in recent weeks. 0-1. Now he revs up the fastball a little bit out. 1-1. Jacob will be joining us here. He's on the way. As this one flicked up into the air in foul territory, Wilson gives it a look, but it will go out of play, and it's 1-2 here. Hardest working team in high school sports coverage, UCR. Goose has covered more games than anybody I've ever seen this week between track, soccer, field events, softball, baseball. It's been unbelievable. Jacob calling games. The 1-2. Called strike 3. Dots up the outside corner, and Alfred knew it. He started to head back, and it is the first Thompson Machinery and Capital Store strikeout for Chris Worsing. Puts a backwards K on the board. And the Bees with a very good start from their sophomore righty. And for Jacob, his sake, to call games the quality he does and the amount of games he has to research for, nothing short of impressive. Make sure you tell them how well they're doing if you're enjoying the coverage that those two are putting out. My job is easy. I sit here and talk and make sure nothing crazy happens. Here comes the 0-1. Right there, Worsing dotting it up right now. 0-2, quickly ahead again. Great start so far for Chris. Trying to make quick work in the second. The 0-2. A little bit out. Great spot to go, and a good take by Aiden Moore. He's trying to help his own cause and put a little pressure on the pitcher out there. Just a 1-0 game, so a lot of baseball to be played. 1-2. Swung on into foul territory in left field. Huddleston gives it a look, but no chance. Aiden Moore rallies back. Worsing knows what he wants. Shakes off the first, says yes. Here comes the 1-2 home. A little bit low. Another good take. Rookie Allison catching the balls and strikes today, as per usual when he's not on the mound. Here comes the 2-2. This one ripped right at Braden Green. It pops out of his glove. He has to make a good throw. Turns and cannot. The E4 is going to put a runner at first for South Gibson, and Moore will take it any way they can. They get a base runner. It's a tough play. Green has to jump up, but he should have caught it, popped out of his glove, and then rushed the throw. It was offline. So now here comes the 7-hole hitter, Mark Braffa, who's trying to tie the game with something into a gap somewhere and at least extend this inning, if nothing else. Braffa will climb in here. Mention that name familiar? Jack Braffa was a stud. South Gibson. I mean, really, really good. So he's trying to do that. Same thing, of course. First pitch, dust him off the plate, 1-0. That was a tough break for Worsing. He's throwing really well so far. But he's got a runner at first to deal with out of this stretch. That one misses low, and it's quickly 2-0. And this is where you don't want to get yourself into trouble. Just survive and get on to the next inning. No sweat. Little one-out base runner can't kill you. But a big rally could. Biggest start in the early career of Chris Worsing. Here comes the 2-0. Good pitch. We think that number was right that popped up on that screen. It's 2-1. I doubt it. Started with a 9. He can do that, but that was not that pitch. Here comes the 2-1. This one's smacked foul, and it's 2-1. Or 2-2, rather. Work out of trouble quickly. That's a big part of winning these state tournament games. Don't let it spiral. That's something that happened to the Bees earlier on. They let a few big innings spiral away from them. Here comes the 2-2. Worsing. And that one misses up and in. And Braffa has worked a full count at 3-2. Tatum Crosser on deck next. Braffa awaits. Runner going. Pitch smacked foul. Will do it again. Braffa with a good battle here against Worsing. His pitch count, no, that's a problem. He's thrown 21 in this inning. He's up to 40. 3-2, payoff pitch again. Swung on, gets away from Allison. Braffa going to run down. The throw is in time. No problem there. It is a Thompson Machinery and Cat Rental Store strikeout for Chris Worsing. He strands a runner on the base paths. We head to the third. Upperman looking for some breathing room in a 1-0 ball game. This is Upperman Baseball, presented by Gentry's Power Equipment, Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Gentry's Power Equipment is proud to be the presenting sponsor of Upperman Athletics on UCR. Located at 755 Buffalo Valley Road in Cookeville, Gentry's Power Equipment is your local steel dealer with a huge selection of outdoor power equipment including chainsaws, blowers, trimmers, mowers, pressure washers, and more. They are your local one-stop shop for high-quality equipment. Locally owned and operated, Gentry's Power Equipment is proud to support Upperman Athletics and UCR.
Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to support student athletes and athletic departments throughout the Upper Cumberland. They're also proud to sponsor the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game on this broadcast. From trophies to t-shirts, they can do it all. Stop by and see them at 120 Circle Drive in Allgood or give them a call at 931-537-9559. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to sponsor this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. 9-1-2 due up for the Bees as we head to the top of the third inning. They lead 1-0, looking for more. Aiden Moore on the mound. First base runner reached in that last inning, but Chris Worsing able to strand him with a strikeout. He's been good through 2 frames. Evan Huddleston will climb in here. He's been really, really good this entire season, particularly in the postseason. Out of the 9-hole, and he's going to force Aiden Moore to throw him some strikes typically. We'll see if he continues that approach. First pitch, nope, he waved at it. Foul tipped it into the mitt. 0-1. You guys saw that Gordonsville game just ended. See how quickly Jacob gets here. during rush hour in Rutherford County. He shared his ETA. This is an impressive feat we're watching. Mission impossible. Here comes the 0-1. This one chopped over towards third. It is a foul ball by a couple of feet. And it's quickly 0-2 here to Huddleston. Trying to become a base runner for the top of the order. Justin Fallon scored the lone run of the game. He's on deck. Huddleston on that back part of the box again. Aiden Moore trying to get his first punch out of the day. The 0-2. That one drops low. Huddleston trying to battle in Aiden Moore at the 1-2 count, trying to find a way to get this first out. He kicks and deals, and he got it. That one swung on and missed. Strike three. Good pitch for Moore as he pulled the string on the breaking ball, and we'll see if that settles him in as he retires the leadoff batter. And now the lineup flips over for Justin Fallon. Wind continues to blow in, and unfortunately it's right into Justin's power alley, so he's just trying to put a nice swing on something and put it in play. Chopped the first pitch he saw over to the third in his first appearance and reached first, came around to score. Moore throws it above his head and now comes in. Good first pitch, missed a little bit inside for ball one. Let us know in the comments if you're watching on YouTube who you are, where you're watching from, who you're cheering for. The 1-0 coming to Fallon, that one a little bit low. Another good take. Two close pitches, but they were missing low. Moore rocks and deals the 2-0. That's a good pitch. Gets the outside corner that time, 2-1. Chris Worsing on deck. He's trying to give himself some breathing room. He's been good so far, but at 1-0, you never feel safe. The 2-0 pitch. Pretty good one. Got the strike call, and it's 2-2. Got that outside corner a couple of times in a row, did more. Now the 2-2 to Fallon. Moore rocks and fires. Off speed, Justin pokes this one into right, but it's an atom ball, and the right fielder makes the catch for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down through a couple of tough hitters, and Chris Worsing, we'll see if he can put some pressure on here, trying to avoid the first true 1-2-3 inning of the game. He faced the minimum in the second, though. He's trying to do the same in the third. Worsing grounded out to second. Was a productive out move to run her over his last time up. Team leader in RBIs. Stud. First pitch into him. That one there, and all of a sudden Moore really starting to find the zone. And that's exactly what you need. When you get to your third starter, your fourth starter, fifth starter, you got to have strikes. 0-1. Breaking ball, big looper. Doesn't quite fall back in, though. One coming to Worsing. This one chopped foul, and it's quickly 1-2. The Bees once again in their new gray uniforms. Bees across the chest. Alec Wilson likes them, says they're light. Here comes the 1-2. That one drops low, a good take by Worsing, and he did this the last time. He got behind in the count and worked it back and was able to put it in play. Trying to do the same here and get a base hit. The 2-2 from Moore. Delivers home. This one, chop foul again. It's just so tough to put this young man away. Another great battle from the sophomore. South Gibson, they're fine. At 1-0, you have to score at least one to win the game anyway. Here comes the 2-2 to Worsing. Breaking ball, this one roped into left, and it is down. Could be extra bases. Long way for the left fielder to go. Worsing around one. Here comes the throw in. It's a great one, and they got him. A tremendous throw in from left, and they get Worsing trying to stretch a single into a double, and that will end the inning. Very nicely done by the South Gibson defense. And the side is retired. We head to the bottom of 3. It's 1-0 Bees. This is Upperman Baseball, presented by Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Discover this stylish and modern 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom home with an open split bedroom floor plan designed for comfort and convenience. With 3,318 square feet under one roof, plus a bonus room over the garage and 1,400 square foot basement. Located in the Brookstone subdivision, this home is just minutes from Cookeville. The builder is also offering up to 3% in closing cost assistance. Call Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate at 931-979-7145.
Livingston Regional Hospital is Livingston's hometown hospital. Located at 315 Oak Street, Livingston Regional Hospital provides compassionate, quality care for all patients from local people you can trust, so you can count on them to treat you like family. Their excellent staff offers years of experience and training to meet the needs of all patients. They understand the importance of providing care in a professional and comforting manner. They're proud to partner with Livingston Academy Athletics through the LRH Sports Medicine Team. Livingston Regional Hospital is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. South Gibson's had one base runner, came on an error in the second. As such, it's 8-9-1 due up here as we get to it in the bottom of the third. Chris Worsing just got thrown out. He barreled one into left, trying to stretch it to two. The one gap in his game, he's not the fastest young man in the world, and he got cooked trying to stretch it, and it was not a close play at second. Good throw in from left, and now South Gibson trying to parlay that into something here. Tatum Crosser is going to lead it off, and he's the one who made that play in left. He climbs in here. First pitch, one is shown, and that one's pulled back for ball one. So Crosser already showed the speed the last time. Shoop now playing in. We'll see if he shows it again at 1-0. He will not. Fastball up and in. Dust him off the plate, and it's 2-0. Not crowding the plate at all is Crosser. He's in about the middle of it, of that batter's box. Worsing dots it up with a fastball across the heart of the plate. 2-1. Worsing working quickly. The 2-1 fastball. This one on the ground over to Braden Green. Fields cleanly. Throw to first is in time for out number one. Another good AB for Worsing and the Bees defense. They'll bring up the 9-hole hitter, Brock Beasley. Beasley will stride in. First appearance here. Worsing fires the fastball right on that outside corner. And Chris appears to have the goods right now. He's throwing really well. It's 0-1. Rocks and fires the 0-1. This one sent up into the air. Holroyd has a beat on it. No problem there in right. And it's quickly 2 up, 2 down again for Worsing and the Bees. Carson Holroyd shaded perfectly on that one. Pretty well hit, but no problem. Lineup flips over to a very big bat, Tommy Baker. He flew out in the infield. It was way up in the air. Yano was able to grab it. And now he climbs back in for attempt number 2 with 2 outs in the top of the third, or bottom of the third, rather. So used to the Bees being the home team in this tournament. It's throwing me off. First pitch right across for strike one. And Worsing could use a quicker inning here at 48 pitches. Make it 47. 0-1 misses outside. Mentioned they need 7 complete innings and a win for Upperman to have a chance in this tournament, not to burn any other arms. 1-1 pitch coming home. That one bounces in. There is a rule. Can't pitch 3 days in a row, so you don't want Justin Fallon in this game unless you absolutely had to. Wolke threw exactly 25. You can't throw Allison or Yano, so it's going to be Carson Holroyd if you have to go somewhere other than Chris Worsing. Here's the 2-1. That one misses, and it's 3-1. So Baker looking for his exact pitch here. Leadoff hitter in the order for a reason. The 3-1 coming home. Fastball, this one is barreled. He got the pitch he wanted. It's right at Holroyd, and it is the first base hit of the game for South Gibson. A 2-out single sets the table for Gage Nesbitt. And that time just sent it right in the right field. No chance for anybody to make a play. Hard hit liner. Here comes Nesbitt. He flew out his first time up. And if you're Worsing, you don't want any pressure. But if you can get the out here, not having to see 1 and 2 for a while again, it's not the worst thing in the world. Big lead over at first. Worsing slides and deals. Slider rips across and finds the zone. Nice pitch, 0-1. Rookie Allison has not been even attempted to steal on outside of 1. He caught him. The umpire called him safe. It was not close. We saw the pictures after. The 0-1 slider, and he got him fooled. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. I mean, had him falling over the plate. What does Worsing want here as he tries to retire the side again? Runner at first after the single. 0-2 count. Two-hole hitter Gage Nesbitt at the plate. 0-2. Slider again, misses up and in. So you waste that one, and now C. The 1-2. That one misses up, gets away, and the runner going to advance over. No throw from Allison on the wild pitch. Baker heads down. Yeah, Chris Worsing's at 55 pitches right now. We've got, but he could use an out. 2-2, fastball, caught, strike three. He froze him on the outside corner for the Thompson Machinery and Cat Rental Store strikeout. Chris Worsing strands a runner in scoring position. We head to the middle frames. It's 1-0 Bees trying to stave off elimination. Presented by Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing and the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Ammonette's Eagle Auction and Realty is proud to present an online-only auction featuring a piece of property with endless opportunities in the heart of Cookeville. This property is located near Cookeville High School and zoned for local commercial. You can bid on this property at eagleauctions.com or call 931-526-5335 for more information. Bidding on this online-only auction ends Thursday, May 22nd at 2 p.m. Ammonette's Eagle Auction and Realty is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Proudly introducing Upper Cumberland Generators for all your home power solutions. Locally owned and operated, Upper Cumberland Generators are here to make sure you have peace of mind no matter the situation. With new and reliable generators. Call 931-265-1702 for more information or to order yours today. Upper Cumberland Generators is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Heart of the order, due up for the Bees, 3-4-5. Alec Wilson going to get them started. Aiden Moore back to work. It's a lead for the Bees, but it is certainly not comfortable at 1-0 here. As we are in the top of the fourth inning here at Smyrna High School. You win, you play again tomorrow at 2 o'clock. You lose, your season's over. Semifinal round at 2 against Greenville. Got to beat the Green Devils twice to advance to the state championship game, which is Saturday at 10 a.m., or 11 a.m. rather, at Siegel High School. Alec Wilson climbs in. He had a great AB, ripped an RBI single, and that looms large right now. Back in the first, here for attempt number 2 against Moore. And he's been good, trying to do what Chris Worsing is, complete game victory. Pitch number 1 misses for ball 1, but he's only at 39 pitches through 3 complete. Here comes the 1-0 from Moore to Wilson. Good pitch, gets that outside corner. It's right where Chris Worsing just got called strike 3. And it's 1-1. Moore. There's it 2-0. My apologies. It was one or the other. Doesn't matter because this one's hard hit over to short, fielded cleanly. Throw across the infield, a little low, but picked out, no problem for out number 1. And the leadoff batter, the last 3 innings has not been the problem for Moore. He's working really well after a blip in the first inning. Rookie Allison flew out to second his first time up. Climbs back in here. Amazing sometimes what I hear. The first pitch into rookie Allison misses away for ball 1. We heard a knock on the door. We'll see if it's Jacob. Here comes the 1-0. People say thank you. I'm about to become delirious. 2-0. That one misses low and outside to Allison. 2-0. Allison gave the little token wave at it as it passed by as it was a strike, but he was taking. And it's 2-1. I don't know if I've seen that before. Here comes the 2-1. He sends this one a mile up into the air again, coming to us in the press box, and it's 2-2. Mention the Bees, 3-0 in the state tournament in the last 4 years against South Gibson, trying to make it 4-0 and eliminate them for the second time in those 4 seasons. Here comes the 2-2. This one smacked into right. Could be a long way to go. Angling down, and it is a bloop single for rookie Allison. Didn't get hardly any of that baseball, but it was just enough to hit it where they ain't. And it's a one-out base hit. Sets the table for Juju Yano. That's a good job by rookie Allison with 2 strikes. Put the bat on the ball. And he is going to continue to run, which is good. He was able to swipe a bag for a run of some aggressive base running in the last game. He's been good on the base paths, and he is not being run for anymore. Yano awaits. He flew out to left his first time up. Moore comes in. This one chopped foul by Yano. He took the 6-iron out of that one. Tim's watching, as is Angie, Pat, Randy. Commenting along with us. We welcome you in. If you're watching on YouTube, let us know. Little throw over. Allison back in plenty of time. While he is running, he's probably not a stolen base threat, and he is 0 for 0 on the year. Hadn't been out there very much until the postseason to run. Until the past couple of games. Yano shows bunt here, 0-1. And he'll pull back. It's right down the middle. Little back pick throw goes into the outfield. And now rookie Allison says thank you very much. On the throwing error, he heads into scoring position. Mistake for South Gibson. Allison was back in plenty of time. And now he'll advance over on the E2. Take that every day of the week. Yano was showing the token bunt. I don't think he had any intention of bunting it because it was right down the middle and he pulled back. But it's 0-2. Allison trying to become the big second run of the game. Yano wants to put some down in the outfield. Braden Green waiting on deck. Moore out of the stretch at 0-2, ahead in the count rather. That's a really good pitch. A little bit out. It's a better take. I mean, that's a great spot to go at 0-2. Yano, he's been such a clutch bat over the last 4 seasons. The Roan State signee. He's going to play with rookie at Roan State. The 1-2, this one, great take again as it tailed away and low, 2-2. .49 pitches here. A 2-2 count, 49 pitches for Moore out there, and he was taking his time, so Yano sticks up the hand and will reset. 5-hole hitter here, Upperman. They pride themselves on hitting 1 through 9 this year. They're going to need it today. Here's the 2-2. This one just fouled off. A good battle swing for Juju, and he stays alive. Yano awaits the 2-2. Again, Moore taking his time. A couple of glances. Third. Now he'll come home with a 2-2. That one bounces in, and rookie Allison says, I'm heading to third. Wasn't a huge opportunity, but rookie's in attack mode on the base paths, and now a potential extra run to try and double the lead 90 feet away from the Bees. And rookie Allison is showing why he deserves to be on the base paths. He is making them pay for little mistakes. Infield coming in here for South Gibson. It's a full count to Juju Yano, who's just trying to put it deep somewhere to make it 2-0. The 3-2 payoff pitch. Called strike 3. Check swing on a pitch that's right there, and that is a huge punch out for Aiden Moore. No question, no appeal at all on that one. You got to swing at it, and Braden Green climbs in. 0 for 1 with a ground out, trying not to strand Allison 90 feet away. That one, I think Yano did check on it, but it was a strike. A really good pitch for Moore. Now Green going to try and come up with a clutch hit. First pitch, that one misses inside, ball 1. These are the moments in a state tournament that dictate who wins games, who wins championships. You have to capitalize when you have opportunities like this. 1-0 to Braden Green. Moore. Fastball, waved at and missed. Good pitch, 1-1. Braden Green trying to live up to the nickname we gave him when he hit 2 home runs in back-to-back fashion. Braden Otani. Here's the 1-1. And he rolls this one over to the third. It eats him up a bit, but he's able to grab and jogs over for the 3 unassisted. And Allison is left stranded 90 feet away. The Bees threaten but come away empty-handed. Chris Worsing trying to keep a 1-0 lead intact when we come back. This is Upperman Baseball in the Class 3A state tournament presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
The Real Estate Collective Land and Farm Team represents a dedicated group of individuals possessing a wealth of expertise in land and farm sales. They possess a range of resources at their disposal, all aimed at showcasing the innate qualities of each property. Call 931-559-9500 for more information or see their current listings at letsgorico.com. The Real Estate Collective Land and Farm Team is proud to support student athletes in our area and this broadcast. Tee Up is the Upper Cumberland's brand new indoor golfing experience. With 3 state-of-the-art simulators, you can work on some of the world's best courses, all in the comfort of their climate-controlled facility. You want to know how you can improve? See everything from club speed to spin rate in seconds. Conveniently located at 141 4th Street in Baxter. Stop in. Visit them online at teupgolfclub.com or call them at 931-559-GOLF to reserve your simulator today. Tee Up is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
A narrow 1-0 lead holds up for the Bees as we head to the bottom of the 4th. They're looking to keep it that way. 3-4-5 due up for the Hornets. And speaking of Jacob Vinson, he is here. He's made the trip across from McKnight Park, the hardest working team in high school sports coverage, UCR. Jacob is here, and we'll give him a rundown of what's happening. It's a good opportunity to give everybody else a rundown of what has happened in this game as the Tennessee commit Cade Allen going to pitch at the next level there, climbs in for his first AB. Or second AB, rather, and he watches ball 1 miss inside. Chris Worsing's been really good so far. 57 pitches for him through 3 complete innings, but he's allowed just 1 hit, 2 base runners. The 1-0, that one drops into Allen, and it's quickly 1-1. So Worsing doing the job to be. He's got 1 in the first. They just stranded run 90 feet away. Other than that, still feeling each other out in a 0-1. Big looping breaking ball. Didn't get the call, makes it 2-1.
Hello.
Hello, Jacob. You had 2 stunners today. Here comes the 2-1 from Worsing. That fastball dots up the outside corner, and he's ahead of Cade Allen at 2-2. Gordonsville season ends.
Still trying to wrap my head around what happened.
Shocking. Upperman's trying to extend their season, go the scenic route the way they did 2 years ago. Here's the 2-2. That one swung on and missed. Chris Worsing gets the Tennessee commit with another Thompson Machinery and Cat Rental Store strikeout. Jacob, he's had to throw some pitches like he usually does, but Chris Worsing has the goods today, and that's a good news for the Upperman Bees.
Yeah, and how about early on in this game, and you mentioned it, just the 1 hit allowed so far going here into this bottom of the 4th inning. So obviously has the good stuff, and it's a pretty good batter to get out as well.
1 hit, 1 error, 2 base runners. That's it so far for South Gibson. Upperman trying to make it 4-0 against them in the last 4 years in the state tournament in their season for the 2nd time. Jack Bradbury climbs in, and one of the first games we called together, baseball, first state tournament game we ever called together, was Upperman beating South Gibson to open up the 2023 state tournament. That one misses a little bit low and makes it 1-1. Goose is here as well. These two have been all over the earth in Rutherford County.
Especially that man.
Yeah, Goose has been unbelievable here. The 1-1. Fastball, this one's chopped over. Green adjusts to it, make that Shoop, and he throws across in time. Carson Shoop, so good at third base this year, makes another play, and it's another 2-up, 2-down inning. Here comes Cameron Alford. Goose today was at DeKalb softball.
He was at track before that.
He was at track and field at MTSU. DeKalb and Gordonsville softball came
Which
here.
were at different places, not at the same park.
Came here as Worsing's first pitch in. Fastball, this one smacked up into the air in right field. Holroyd adjusts. He's under it. Makes the catch. A quick 1-2-3 inning for Chris Worsing and the Bees defense. We head to the 5th. They're looking for insurance in a 1-0 ball game. This is Upperman Baseball, presented by Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Tee Up is the Upper Cumberland's brand new indoor golfing experience. With 3 state-of-the-art simulators, you can work on some of the world's best courses, all in the comfort of their climate-controlled facility. You want to know how you can improve? See everything from club speed to spin rate in seconds. Conveniently located at 141 4th Street in Baxter. Stop in. Visit them online at teeupgolfclub.com or call them at 931-559-GOLF to reserve your simulator today. Tee Up is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Watson Chevrolet is proud to present the area's best selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. Watson Chevy's staff of experts are ready to get you into your next vehicle with unmatched service and knowledge. Stop in at 2350 Cookeville Highway and test drive the all-new Chevy Trax or Silverado today. And remember, don't buy till you see Jason Fye. Watson Chevy is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the UCR Media Network.
7-8-9 due up for the Bees. Shoup, Holroyd, and Huddleston. As I was mentioning, Goose, track and field at MTSU. McKnight Park Starplex for softball. Came here for game 1 against Greenville. Went back to McKnight Starplex for DeKalb or for Gordonsville just now, and now he's back here. You got to go to uppercumberlandreporter.com. You got to like his stuff. You got to share it. And you got to make sure he knows that you appreciate it, because this is unbelievable what this guy's doing.
And you got to go see what DeKalb County did in their win against McNary Central as well. Down in that game 6-2 all the way back and able to get the job done to send themselves into the state championship.
The question is, will DeKalb County be the only Upper Cumberland team playing tomorrow, or can Cookeville Soccer and Upperman Baseball have something to say about that? Carson Shoup going to lead it off. Aiden Moore on the mound. He's been pretty good. Upperman's been around the base paths, but not too much. Ball 1 in. Zone's been really good so far, Jacob. That low outside corner has been there for both guys, though. Those pitchers are trying to hit it. It's been consistently called a strike when they do. The 1-0, we had a freaking joke earlier behind the plate. So this has been a welcome sight as it's 1-1, and he's actually standing over there at third. He stinks. 1-1 for Carson Shoup.
Is he as good as last night?
Worse. And he rung up Alec Wilson on one that he ought to be ashamed of himself for. Here comes the 1-1 to Shoup. This one chopped over. More work for the shortstop. Fields it cleanly on a big hop. Long throw way offline. That's an error. And now Shoup will get back to the bag, and the E6 gives Upperman a leadoff base runner for the first time since the first inning.
And Shoup did a good job there. He actually turned looking at second. Obviously, you mentioned there's not a ton of foul territory here, so it hits the fence and bounces back, and he had to get back to the bag quickly. Was able to do so, but you said it. Got that leadoff base runner board. And here comes 8-9, Carson Holroyd and Evan Huddleston, who were a big part of their success in yesterday's win.
Baker usually sure-handed it short, had to field that one on a real high hop, rushed the throw, and now here's Carson Holroyd. We'll see if he plays a little small ball here. South Gibson expecting it. Third baseman in on the grass. He will show bunt. This one dusts him off as he avoids a trip to our friends at Livingston Regional, and it's 1-0.
And now he's moving up in the box there as well, trying to put that bunt down. He starts out in the back of the box in the normal swing, and then we'll move up, trying to catch up to it a little bit quicker.
Any run you can get here would be huge.
Absolutely.
Throw over, Shoup back in time. They've had rookie Allison at third in the last frame, weren't able to bring him home. They scored 2 in the first inning earlier today. Ultimately didn't win. They scored 1 here. It's held up so far. Holroyd shows bunt, pulls back. It's on that outside corner again, 1-1. That time maybe a little bit beyond that outside corner.
And you mentioned that generous zone, getting that call that time.
If you're getting it, you go there, and that's what these pitchers are doing.
By the way, Goose was testing out the big lens that he's got earlier today.
Holy smokes.
He took a picture of an airplane flying away. You can see the pilot.
That's insane. I can't wait to see that later.
Hopefully he saved it.
Oh, I'm sure he did. he's got all those shots saved. Like, hey, did you remember that picture from 4 years ago? And he'll be able to pull it up. Here comes the 1-1. Went a little bit low. A good take from Holroyd. He didn't show bunt that time. Nesbitt and the Hornets wanted the call, but they just got a pretty generous one, and that may be the get even. You're not going to get back-to-back borderline pitches like that. 2-1. Moore at 61 pitches so far. He'll throw over again. Carson Shoup's not going to steal. He's going to try to move over on a bunt, but they're keeping him honest over there.
Of course, you want to get a big lead, or at least a healthy lead whenever there is a bunt put down, just to make sure you give yourself the best chance.
Holroyd shows bunt. He gets it down to third baseline. Third baseman charges up, flips over to first in time. Nicely defended in the field, but the sack bunt does the job. Nesbitt makes the play, but the runner in scoring position, and here comes Evan Huddleston.
That's a good bunt. Exactly what you're looking for from Carson Holroyd. Right down that third base line, only plays to first. Carson Shoup moves up to second base, so now you got a runner in scoring position. Small ball working there, and we'll see what they decide to do here with Evan Huddleston in the base open at first.
Yeah, that would make a lot of sense for Huddleston to turn in bunt. He's got a ton of speed, struck out swinging his first time up. With Justin Fowan looming on deck, you're okay with a runner at third and 2 outs if that's what ends up happening. We'll see what Huddleston does here. Moore trying to hunker down and get out of a little bit of trouble after the error to open the inning. Huddleston just watching the whole way. It's called strike one, 0-1. And now we'll see what the actual strategy will be for Kev as he climbs back. Senior. These seniors want to graduate on this field. A couple of glances back to 0-1. That's what they said. That one dips away. Talking in between games, said, hey, graduation's tomorrow. They're not moving it. We want to graduate at Smyrna High School tomorrow by winning this game and then battling with Greenville again. 1-1 coming to Huddleston. To do that, though, they have to win this one. 1-1 from Moore to Huddleston. A couple of glances back. Now he comes in. That one misses up. And there was never a moment where Evan Huddleston was going to swing the bat. It was on the shoulder, and it's 2-1.
No, we saw him swing at one. It was 1-0 yesterday, and we're like, hey, whoa, what's going on here? Then he chased one as well. And
he struck out swinging, and it was not a great at-bat for him. We said, what was that? Fallon looming on deck. The 2-1 from Moore to Huddleston. And going right back to that corner again, 2-2.
Yeah, if you're going to get the call, you're going to keep going back out there. Obviously, batters aren't too intent on swinging at it. You can't do a lot with it. So you're trying to go back to the well, and now Huddleston will choke up here and try to bring a good approach.
Yeah, now he has to battle in. About an inch choked up on that bat. 2-2 coming to Huddleston. Moore delivers. This one weakly rolled over. Foul. Will do it again.
And it's interesting. When Evan Huddleston's coming to the plate without 2 strikes, both feet are together in the back of the box. When he's got 2 strikes, spread out a little bit. He kind of squats down a little bit, gets ready, chokes up on the bat, just trying to get anything close. That one was at least somewhat close and fouls it off.
Moore tried to go back to what he got him on the first time, breaking ball low and away, picked out of the dirt. He tried to go there again. Huddleston able to chop it foul. And now he's in the very back of that box. Moore trying to get a big second out with a huge bat looming on deck. The Bees trying to give themselves a cushion. A couple of glances. A third. Now the 2-2 to Huddleston. This one rolled in fair territory right at the third baseman. Throw across the infield in time. And no chance for Shoup to advance. Great job by the South Gibson infield. A couple of nice plays by Gage Nesbitt. And Justin Fallon knows he's got to put something down in the outfield to score Carson Shoup.
Yeah, that's a big play right there to keep Shoup at second base. It doesn't allow him to move up 90 feet and just be 90 feet away with 2 outs. Now, like you said, you got to have Fallon put something into the outfield and down in the grass to try to score that run from second.
Huddleston jogs across the infield like the hunchback of Notre Dame. He's going back. He's got plenty of speed, but you wouldn't know it watching that. He's kind of moseying across. Here comes Fallon. He singled the first pitch of the game off the glove of Nesbitt at third. Flew out to right his last time up, and now he's trying to give the Bees a 2-0 lead. Wind blowing in. He's not going to
say, seems like it's kind of blowing in towards that first base dugout right now.
He's not. To get one out of here, you have to hit it 450 feet. It's not going to happen, probably. We haven't even sniffed one for anybody. First pitch swinging for Fallon. Nesbitt catches it blindly, throws across his low, but picked out. He wasn't even looking at the baseball when he got in the hot corner, but the third baseman makes 3 plays, and they work around the error to lead off the inning. Still where we were the whole game. 1-0. Chris Worsing back to work when we come back. This is Upperman Baseball, presented by Gentry's Power Equipment and Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
The Quality Family, a local company supporting and caring for our local communities. The Quality Family offers services to get you back to the game. From bracing to oxygen and everything in between, we can meet your medical equipment needs with Buckeye Home Medical Equipment. If you have an in-home need for strength and conditioning, for example after a surgery or injury, Quality Home Health is available to provide individualized care while you are on the mend. For those with end-of-life diseases, Quality Hospice is available to provide nurturing care during those difficult times. Choose the Quality family of services for care within your community. Visit thequalityfamily.com to navigate all we have to offer you.
Iron Vine in Cookeville is the Upper Cumberland's home for delicious Chicago-style pizza, beef, chicken, fish, and more. Located in Cookeville's historic downtown district, Iron Vine's food and atmosphere will keep you coming back for more. Take in stunning views with the UCR team on Tuesday nights at 7, live for the UCR Coaches Show from the rooftop. Fire and Vine is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Some score updates. Tullahoma staved off elimination earlier. They are up 3-0 on White House now in the 6th. Tennessee and Texas tied up at 4 in the SEC tournament. And here, it is 1-0. 6, 7, 8 due up for South Gibson as they try to solve Chris Worsing. Listen, he's been great, but at 1-0, you have no margin for error. They need him to continue to throw the way he has at 65 pitches through 4 complete innings.
Yeah, you said it. He's got to be really, really good. Got to keep putting zeros up on the board. And you got to get the offense going at some point, too. You never feel comfortable with that one run. We saw it yesterday. They were able to bring 3 more across and win it 4-0 yesterday against Chester County.
And for the Bees, as the 1-0 pitch, fastball right there for a strike. We talked a lot before you got here, Jacob. They have to have 7 complete out of Chris Worsing, period. Full stop. Here comes the 1-1. Fastball inside, misses for ball 2. The only place they can go rationally is Carson Holroyd for 25. Braden Wilkie threw exactly 25 pitches earlier. He was really good against Greenville. They need him tomorrow. 2-1. That one's right there for a strike. They have Juju Yano. If they win today, Juju is starting at 2 o'clock tomorrow. Rookie Allison would be available. They can't throw Fallon because then he couldn't throw tomorrow unless they're in a huge jam. Here comes the 2-2. Oh. He was going to that outside corner. It's been a strike all day, and all of a sudden to the lefty batter, it was not called a strike. That is a bad break for the Bees. They've had a bunch of them. Here comes the 3-2 payoff pitch. This one rolled over, and it is into right field. Could be extra bases. Big problem. Moore rounding 1. He will pull into second with ease. Just now 2 at his Holroyd, and a huge swing. Chris Worsing through strike 3. It wasn't called. The next pitch is a double, and the tying run is in scoring position.
Yeah, that changes the psyche right there. And if you're Chris Worsing, you just somehow got to flush it and get ready for the next batter. You thought you had strike 3, thought you had the first out of the inning, bases empty. Now there's a runner on second base and nobody out. And a big opportunity here with the leadoff man aboard in scoring position for South Gibson.
7-hole hitter Mark Braffa, and that is a gigantic swing potentially in the season for these two squads. Braffa struck out swinging his first time up. That's a tough break for the young man on the mound. He's got to flush it and find a way to get 3 outs. Braffa shows bunt. He goes right up the first base line. Wilson waits. Worsing to it. Underhand flip. Got him. Barely, but he got him. Wilson was a little indecisive on whether to go. Worsing finally took it. Underhand flip, and it was as bang as you're going to find a play. The sack bunt does move the tying run 90 feet away. Tatum Crosser will climb in here.
That's a tremendous job and a tremendous bunt up that first base line. Worsing made a good play on it, and the whole South Gibson dugout. I mean, it was bang. I think he got him.
First pitch swinging, and that's a fair ball. Right over the first base bag. We are tied. Runner heading for 2. Holroyd's throw not in time. Back-to-back doubles just down that first base line. Neither hard hit, and we're tied, and now South Gibson's trying to take the lead.
I mean, that one was just right off the end of the bat, and it just stayed right on that first base line. Bounced off the top of the bag at first base. No chance for Alec Wilson to even get there. It slowly rolled down the line. Another double, and like you said, just like that, tied up at 1.
9-hole hitter Brock Beasley with 1 out can give South Gibson the lead. It's a new game. You got to hunker down if you're Chris Worsing and get an out. First pitch swinging, this one up into the air, and that's what you needed. Holroyd under it and right. Runner tagging as he had to drift back to it. It will be a sac fly. They move the runner 90 feet away. The lineup flips over to Tommy Baker.
And you could see the wind played a big factor in that ball right there. As kind of looked like one of our power fates on the golf course, and Holroyd had to readjust, and at the last second had to kind of reach up a little bit higher than he expected to. Did make the catch, and then smart base running as well, advancing up to third on the sac fly.
We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. It's a big spot. First pitch to Baker. That's where that pitch was earlier that didn't get strike 3. He gets strike 1 there.
And how big would that out have been? Not necessarily taking a run off the board, but it changes the thinking at least.
0-1 misses up, and it's 1-1. And for Worsing, you get an out here, you're fine. You have 2 frames to go, tied up. You battle in. They score. It all changes. Worsing takes his time. The 1-1. He leaned into that one a $1,000,000,000. No chance.
Yeah, he's bringing him back.
Yeah, and he brought him back. I mean, Baker's got to be better than that. He stuck his elbow over the heart of the plate, and it hit it. The umpire comes right in front and says, come back here. Baker doesn't appreciate it.
That was a chance that could have been a called strike,
yeah, that literally was a strike, in my humble opinion. Coach coming down.
He's got the elbow guard on it, so that's why he stuck out the elbow. And you have to make an effort to move out of the way, or at least, I mean, you can't try to get hit by
They'll say it is a ball, so it's 1-1.
But 2-1 if it's a ball.
We'll see. He leaned into it. I think that's a strike automatically, is it not? Or am I wrong? I may be wrong. It is 2-1. Either way, that was blatantly obvious, leaning into the pitch. Worsing with a 2-1. This one is sent up into the air in center. Justin Fallon, long way to go. It's into the gap and it's down. South Gibson leads. Fallon boots it. An RBI single for Tommy Baker, and South Gibson has flipped the game. They cash in a major way, and it brings up Gage Nesbitt.
Yeah, now all that energy is over on that first base side right now. Fans going nuts. South Gibson going nuts as well, and they're trying to keep this rally going, even with the 2 outs.
Disastrous middle innings earlier against Greenville. This one's turning into a bit of a disaster here. 2 across for them. It was 1-0. We kept saying you need insurance. They didn't get it, and now the Bees are only guaranteed 2 more innings this season. Runner takes his lead, stays put. Good breaking ball, misses inside from Worsing. Ball 1 to Nesbitt, and we look over. 79 pitches, so he's okay, but he's got to find a way to get an out.
Pretty big lead over at first.
1-0. Little check swing. No appeal down. It's 2-0. That was a good piece of hitting for Baker. No chance for Fallon as it angled into the gap. 2-0. A little bit up. 3-0. Worsing trying to find the zone. This is a tough moment for a young kid and the biggest start of his career.
Yeah, just a sophomore on the mound. You got to find a way to find some strikes.
Slides and deals the 3-0. It misses. Ball 4, and the parade continues. Here comes Cade Allen, and I imagine here comes Dalton Drombarger. Yes, it is. Coach Drombarger, the pitching coach, comes out to have a word with Worsing. And Jacob, listen, you needed more than one the entire game. They need it now. Get 1 out. 2, 3, 4 coming up. You just got to find a way to get out of this inning.
Absolutely. 2 runs across. You're only down by a run. This game is obviously not over. You're in the 5th. And you got to get the offense going on the other side. You've been able to string together some hits, and South Gibson's done a really good job of limiting it to that 1 run. Even the error that reaches in that last inning, you move him over into scoring position. You move him over to third. He gets stranded there, unable to bring him across. So this is a big out right here. Get this out. Obviously, not an easy batter to do it against. If you can get it out here, feel pretty good. Take that momentum going into the dugout and try to turn it into some bats.
Bees trying to play for their season. One of the most historic classes in Upper Cumberland baseball history now has their backs against the wall, and they're relying on a sophomore on the mound to get out of a jam. Runners at first and second with 2 outs. It's the Tennessee committed to play as a pitcher, but he still swings a good bat. Cade Allen 0 for 2 with a fly out and a strikeout, climbing in here. Coach Drombarger's back to the dugout, the infield back to their spots. You need 1 out for the Bees. Now down 2-1. And now we have time called. And we'll reset and do it again. A glance back. First pitch is in there from Worsing, a good one. Took a ton off of it, 71, and it's 0-1.
Yeah, and that one's a good one to get across, get ahead, and now try to settle in.
Just kind of guided that one across the plate. Glance back, here's the 0-1. Big looping breaking ball in for strike 2.
And now on 0-2, don't make a mistake. Don't throw it out of the zone, up, down, out, whatever you want to do. Don't make it look too good.
2 across, runners at first and second. Worsing, fastball, little check swing. We'll do it again as he fouls it off.
That's a good spot. Just off the plate on the outside spot. You saw him there. He didn't really want to swing at it, so just a little check swing to stay alive. He knows it's close, and so he has to get the barrel onto it.
Worsing trying to get out of this inning, limiting the damage to 2. The 1-0 lead is gone. Here's the 0-2. Fastball in, leans him off, 1-2.
Still, that's fine. Yep. You go outside, now you bring it inside. You're still ahead 1-2. Trying to bring another good pitch.
The 1-2 pitch, slider, and he ducks out of the way as it misses inside. It's 2-2 now.
He's lucky that broke as much as it did.
Yep.
It was pretty close to catching a piece of him.
2-2 coming. Worsing fires, misses up, back pick over to first, low throw. Wilson grabs it, and we run full at 3-2. You got to find a way to get this one. Even though it's a tough hitter, you need this one.
Yeah, you can't let this run keep going for South Gibson. They've already got a ton of momentum moving.
3-2 payoff pitch coming. Worsing kicks and deals. A little bit up. Ball 4. Bases loaded now. And if you want a chance to win, you got to get Jack Bradbury out as he strides in, trying to break it open with a 1-run lead.
Yeah, you need an out right now. You gotta force out anywhere with 2 outs. So something on the ground. Obviously, you'd love a strikeout as well. Got to get out of this inning and keep it to a 1-run ball game.
First pitch for Worsing. Fastball sent up into the air in foul territory and out of play. It's 0-1. Big inning for South Gibson. They've been trying to build some momentum, hadn't been able to, and then they did. Broke it open. Bottom of the order, did the job. Couple of liner just down the first baseline, and thank you very much as Bradbury chases one out of the zone and fouls it back. Neither double was hard hit. It was just down the line, and that started the cavalcade of runners for South Gibson. They only have 2, though, and it's 0-2 again, this time to the cleanup batter, Jack Bradbury. Worsing, rocks and fires. Fouled off, we'll do it again.
And you mentioned those 2 hits down the line. First one kind of just to the left of Alec Wilson. That one was hit a little bit better, and Wilson unable to get there, diving after the second one. That was just straight off the end of the bat and just kept rolling down that first base line.
Worsing, the 0-2, takes a beat, fires the fastball, bounces way up and away from Allison. He slides to it, and the run scores on the wild pitch. It's 3-1.
And no one down in the dirt. Nothing Allison's going to do to try and stay in front. Now he's kind of looking down at his thumb as well. I wonder if that caught a piece of him on the way back. He got all the way to the backstop. Run comes across. All the runners advance. And it's second and third now.
Disastrous inning for the Bees. Absolutely disastrous, and it could get worse. Here comes the 1-2. This one smacked foul. We'll do it again.
Now this is a tremendous AB right now being worked. And it's been all those foul balls kind of up and away and just fouling them off over that right first base side.
Upperman had their opportunities. They didn't capitalize. South Gibson it's the difference. Here comes the 1-2. Worsing, fastball out, 2-2. And now he's at 95 pitches. You got nowhere to go. And at this point, probably have to go to Justin Fowler.
Yeah.
You have to.
Your season's on the line. You're down by 2 runs.
Here comes the 2-2 from Worsing. Slider, late decision, and Bradbury somehow foul tips it back.
I mean, you talk about late. He was just a little wave just to get a piece of the barrel. This is pretty impressive AB put together no matter what happens.
8th hitter in the order in the inning today for the Hornets. They have done the job here in the 5th inning. Still a 2-run lead, but they can make it a lot more. The 2-2 to Bradbury. Fastball sent up in the air in right field. Holroyd has a beat on it, angles to his left, and he does retire the side. South Gibson with a big haymaker in the 5th. They lead 3-1. It's go time for the Bees. 2-3-4 when we come back, trailing by 2 in an elimination game. Coverage presented by Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Finding that missing shin guard. Remembering whether it's a home or away game. Getting the right kid to the right playing field on the right day. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple so you can worry about more important things. Like not being that fan.
Oh, come on, ref!
That's simple human sense.
SwallowsInsurance.com or call us today, 931-526-4025. Protecting your future. It's what we do. Gentry's Power Equipment is proud to be the presenting sponsor of Upperman Athletics on UCR. Located at 755 Buffalo Valley Road in Cookeville, Gentry's Power Equipment is your local steel dealer with a huge selection of outdoor power equipment including chainsaws, blowers, trimmers, mowers, pressure washers, and more. They are your local one-stop shop for high-quality equipment. Locally owned and operated, Gentry's Power Equipment is proud to support Upperman Athletics and UCR.
For the love of God, don't have a 3-pitch inning if you're the Upperman Bees. Worsing, Wilson, and Allison going to stride in here. We're in the top of the 6th. They led 1-0 for 4 complete innings, Jacob. Now it's 3-1. You got Chris Worsing leading it off. You simply have to get runs here in the 6th.
Yeah, South Gibson got a little bit of luck to go their way. A couple of balls hit up that first base side, just staying fair. A couple of doubles, couple runs come home, and then obviously the pass ball kind of works as an insurance run right now as well. And if you're the Bees, you got to strike back immediately and get a couple of those runs back.
Aiden Moore back to work, and now for the first time he has a lead. He has not pitched with a lead today. He's not even pitched in a tie game today. Outside of the first pitch of the game, Worsing sends the first pitch up into the air into left field, under it, and making the catch. There's a 1 pitch out. If Alec Wilson comes in here and swings at the first pitch, we got big problems. A 3-pitch inning earlier today. They had one against Tullahoma. We'll see what they do here.
Yeah, they've done it a few times, and it's when they get down, it seems like they start to press. They get that fastball, and it looks really good, and that's fine if you can hit it, but you got to put it in play and try to get on base.
Wilson 1 for 2 with an RBI single, and they have got to have some base runners here down to their final 5 outs this season. Wilson chops it over to short, throw to first, 2 pitches, 2 outs. Here you go. It'll bring up rookie Allison.
And if you're rookie Allison, I mean, you gotta see 1 or 2, even if they're across. Try to work this count.
It doesn't matter. It can be right down the middle at 40 miles an hour. You have to take the pitch. If they have a 3-pitch inning, you're going to finish this game because I'm going home. Moore. First pitch to Allison, and he mercifully takes a called strike 1 on the outside corner. 0-1. Now Moore, the 0-1 coming in. Misses up with that one, and it's 1-1. And that's why you take pitches, work into counts. Here comes the 1-1 home. Fastball, this one roped. Center fielder has a great jump on it. He has a long way to go, and it's down. That ball was touched. Allison chugging for 2. Here comes the relay, not in time. How about a Rico double? Now he's trying to stretch it to 3. Here comes the throw from the cutoff man. The tag, not air. Rookie Allison aggressive on the base paths, legs it out, a double, then advancing on the throw. That was dangerous. But now Yano can cut the deficit to 1 as he climbs in.
Yeah, that's aggressive base running right there from rookie Allison. And even the throw coming into second, I thought it had a chance to be close to getting him. Shortstop tried to kind of pick it in the grass, and it just kind of bounced away. Allison heads up base running, takes third base in the process. And now Juju Yano, you have to drive him home.
So they'll give that the second error of the game out there in the outfield on the throw in. Very aggressive for Allison. Now Yano 0 for 2 with a flyout and a strikeout. First pitch from Moore. He sends this one on the ground over to short. Fielded cleanly. Throw across the infield low, but dug out to retire the side. So all for naught. The Bees have one more set of ABs left in their season potentially. They're trying to keep it at 3-1 when we come back on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to support student athletes and athletic departments throughout the Upper Cumberland. They're also proud to sponsor the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game on this broadcast. From trophies to t-shirts, they can do it all. Stop by and see them at 120 Circle Drive in Allgood or give them a call at 931-537-9559. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to sponsor this broadcast on UCR Media Network.
Discover this stylish and modern 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom home with an open split bedroom floor plan designed for comfort and convenience. With 3,318 square feet under one roof, plus a bonus room over the garage and 1,400 square foot basement. Located in the Brookstone subdivision, this home is just minutes from Cookeville. The builder is also offering up to 3% in closing cost assistance. Call Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate at 931-979-7145.
Chris Worsing trying to keep it where it is, a 3-1 ball game. The Bees trail. It was all 3 runs in the bottom of the 5th. Rookie Allison gave him some life with the double, legged it out to third, but then another 1 pitch out. 3 first pitch outs in the inning for the Bees. When they get down, the approach just goes out the window in this postseason. And now they have one more set of ABs left to try and stave off elimination.
Yeah, and that's a credit to South Gibson as well, realizing that you've got the lead. They're going to want to try to be swinging, be pressing a little bit. You're bringing strikes across, and he was able to do so. Get those swings and pretty easy plays in the field as well. A couple of ground outs in there, a fly out as well. And Chris Worsing, job is simple. Put a 0 up on the board and see what your offense can do in the 7th.
5-6-7 due up here for South Gibson. For Worsing's at 97 pitches, so he needs to work relatively clean here. They would love to get him in the 7th, but to do that, they're going to have some heroics in the 7th in an elimination game with the lower half of the order coming up. Here's Cameron Alford, 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a flyout so far. So first pitch from Worsing is a fastball in there for called strike 1. He's been good. 3 runs across against this lineup is nothing to scoff at all, but the offense has not been there for the Bees today as the 0-1, this one on the ground, hard hit. Yano fields cleanly. throws across the infield on a line in time for out number 1.
That's important. Get that first down, settle those nerves a little bit. And for Chris Worsing, 3 runs across in a whole outing, 6 or 7 innings. You feel pretty darn good about that. You got to get some run support from your offense, though.
We appreciate Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing for being the presenting sponsor of our Spring Fling coverage this year. Located at Circle Drive in Allgood, your one-stop shop for all your trophy, awards, T-shirt needs. As the first pitch in misses into Aiden Moore, who's pitching really well on the other side on the mound. He has a double, a run score. He's also reached on an error. Here comes the 1-0 to him. Fastball. Close but no cigar outside, and it's 2-0. Sun setting now. That's tough for the catchers. That one misses up, and Worsing at 85 still on pitch number 102. 3-0. He rocks and fires. That one gets that inside corner. 3-1. Moore thought it was ball 4, but he'll have to wait.
And you mentioned that sun. They dealt with that yesterday in the later ball game as well, setting a little bit more right over those trees.
Worsing right in with the 3-1. This one on the ground. Wilson has it. It's a foot race, and Alec Wilson will win it by a couple of steps for the 3 unassisted. 2 up, 2 down. Mark Broffel will try and put some more pressure on. It's going to be Braden Green, Carson Shoup, Carson Holroyd due up. The Bees have to get a Justin Fallon AB to try and win this baseball game today.
Now, nice play there by Alec Wilson as well, ranging to his right, and had to be quick-footed. Was able to get to first for the out in time, but got to get this last down. First couple of outs, been retired.
First pitch into Brafa. He smacks this one up and out of play. 0-1, and remember, game 1 of the season at home, we were sitting there. Not sure what to make of this Upperman team after what happened a year ago. We thought, would they return to form? The 0-1, a little bit up, 2-0, or 1-1 rather. They have certainly returned to form back in the spring fling, but now way back against the wall. Here comes the 1-1. Swing and a miss on the belt high fastball from Brafa. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th.
Yeah, one of the final 6 teams, but they don't want to be that. They want to be one of the final 2, and they want to be that last team standing.
The reality is at Upperman High School, the expectation is not this. Here comes the 1-2. Doesn't mean it's not a tremendous season and tremendous run, but they're in the championship business, and right now, if they want a championship, they're going to have to pull a Houdini and a half. Here comes the 2-2. Fastball, trying to get that outside corner, and a little shrug from Worsing. He's saying, that's been called the other way is what he's thinking. Doesn't get it that time, missed it, and it's 3-2. Payoff pitch coming to Brafa. Fastball up, ball 4. Brafa does the job, 110 pitches for Worsing. Tatum Crosser going to try and bring a big insurance run across here as he climbs in for the 3rd time.
That's an important number right now because here in the 6th inning, you got to get out of this inning. I mean, you cannot have somebody else come in this inning. And, I mean, obviously it doesn't matter if you don't score in the top of the 7th anyways, but you got to get through this.
First pitch. Yeah, you want to have a decision to make and probably be forced to go to Justin Fallon because you came back. But you don't want to make that here in the 6th. Here comes the 0-1. That one smacked Fallon. It's quickly 0-2 to Crosser, who's 1 for 2 today with a double. He had that one that just bounced right over the first base bag. And there's been a couple of hits today. 2 for South Gibson, 1 down that left field line for Greenville for extra base hits, which weren't barrels. They just hit it in the right spot. Here comes the 0-2 from Worsing. That one misses up with a breaking ball. 1-2. 113 pitches for Chris. A 1-2. Worsing kicks and deals. Fastball. This one rolled up the middle. Yano is there. Has to make a long throw. No chance. Just took way too long to get there on that slow bouncer. And Crosser reaches, and now it's runners at first and second with 2 outs for the 9-hole hitter Brock Beasley. 0 for 2 with a couple of flyouts, and Chris Worsing's at 114 pitches.
Yeah, and for Yano, he's kind of fields it behind the second base bag, but good base running as well. Running hard to second base, making it really tough to get the out at second. Obviously, really tough to get the out at first as well.
Crosser at first, runner at second as well. Big swing and a miss from Beasley, and this is it. This is the last batter Chris Worsing's going to face this season, and he's looking to strand a couple and give his bats an opportunity down by 2.
Well, he's gotten to 2 strikes on the last 2 batters. You got to figure out a way to put them away.
Well, look back. Here's the 0-1 coming home. Fastball up. 4 pitches available now for Chris Worsing, so he may not even get through this at-bat. And now he's going to go down and tie his cleat. 1-1 the count here with 2 outs. Runners at first and second. 9-hole hitter Brock Beasley, if he gets on, flips over, and then South Gibson could really break it open in the bottom of the 6th. The 1-1 coming home. Fastball up. 2-1. Only 3 pitches, and Worsing, to me, looks gassed now. He thought he had that pitch on the outside corner earlier, and then he saw the deflation for him. He's got to find a way to get a strike across at 117. That one set up into the air into left field. Huddleston under it, and he makes the catch. A gutsy effort by the sophomore right-hander Chris Worsing. He's given his Bees a chance. The problem is they're down 3-1. Last chance for Upperman this season when we return to the state tournament. Presented by Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Livingston Regional Hospital is Livingston's hometown hospital. Located at 315 Oak Street, Livingston Regional Hospital provides compassionate, quality care for all patients from local people you can trust, so you can count on them to treat you like family. Their excellent staff offers years of experience and training to meet the needs of all patients. They understand the importance of providing care in a professional and comforting manner. They're proud to partner with Livingston Academy Athletics through the LRH Sports Medicine Team. Livingston Regional Hospital is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Ammonette's Eagle Auction and Realty is proud to present an online-only auction featuring a piece of property with endless opportunities in the heart of Cookeville. This property is located near Cookeville High School and zoned for local commercial. You can bid on this property at eagleauctions.com or call 931-526-5335 for more information. Bidding on this online-only auction ends Thursday, May 22nd at 2 p.m. Ammonette's Eagle Auction and Realty is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Last chance for the Bees. They trail 3-1 here. It's one of the final 6 teams in Class 3A. Braden Green, Carson Shoup, Carson Holroyd. Only one is reached today. They'll need to change that if they want a chance to stave off elimination. Green against Aiden Norris first, or Aiden Moore, I should say, first. Green 0 for 2 with a couple of ground outs.
I mean, you have to work counts. You got to become a base runner and keep getting that guy in the on-deck circle to the plate. No matter how you do it, you got to get to first base, and you got to stay out on the base path. Give your team a chance to get back into this.
Braden Green climbs in here. Moore trying to send his team into the semis and a date with the Greenville Green Devils tomorrow. First pitch of the inning, a fastball out for ball 1. It's a good spot to go, but he did push it out. The South Gibson fans want the call because that spot's been there sometimes today. Here comes the 1-0. Moore. Green sends this one way up into the air. It's going to stay in the park. This could be trouble. Little collision. Third baseman, though, stays with it. And the Bees down to their final 2 outs. That one stayed in the infield. And a good adjustment by Gage Nesbitt.
Yeah, just that kind of flare up to the left side of the infield and able to make the play. And we'll see if Carson Shoup, who we know he's got a little bit of power, can put a charge into something here. Not necessarily out of the park, but right to the wall, a couple extra bases, get a guy in scoring position and try to get this rally started.
Shoup has been absolutely snake bit in this postseason. He's been barreling up everything. He's reached twice today. One was hit by a pitch, one's on an error, still looking for a base hit. First pitch, that one misses low, ball 1. And for Moore, he's only at 78 pitches, and he's done a tremendous job through 6 complete. Here comes the 1-0. Shoup awaits. That one gets that call, again on the outside corner, and it's 1-1.
And that's, I mean, especially here in day 3 or game 3 and game 4 for them, and you're just looking to give your team a chance, and he has absolutely done that.
No question. Here comes the 1-1. This one weakly rolled, and it may be a fair ball. No, it spins to the right, and it's 1-2.
Yeah, that's one of those off the end of the bat, up that first base line. As soon as it hits, it's going to take a bounce towards the first base dugout, and that's exactly what it did.
Moore trying to put them down to their final out. Bottom third of the order here. 7-hole hitter. Carson Shoup at the plate. The 1-2 coming home. Sets and fires. That one. Great take.
Wow.
Low and inside. Shoup able to keep the hands back and gets the call. It's 2-2.
It's a really, really good spot on a 1-2. You said it. Tremendous take by Carson Shoup.
Shoup trying to battle. Moore with the 2-2 coming home. This one roped foul. Again, barreled up by Shoup as he was able to get around. That was little bit above the belt maybe, but close enough he had to swing.
I mean, he's hitting hard, and he has been all season long. And here in the postseason, it's just been right at guys. And so we'll see if he's able to straighten one of these out.
2-2. Coming here. Moore again to Shoop. This one chopped again towards short. Had a ton of work there today, and he has been up to the task. The Bees down to their final out this season.
Yeah, that's a nice job. One of those high bouncers to short, charging on to it. Shoop running hard, but a good play and a good throw to first. And a quick couple of outs here in the 7th.
Carson Holroyd has a sack bunt. Double play today. He's the last chance for the Bees. He's been so good this season, one of the revelations for him in his senior season. And he's just trying to extend the game. 3 seniors in a row here, Holroyd, Huddleston, and Fallad, trying to just pull some magic from somewhere. Moore trying to close it out for the Hornets. They've been really good after a blip in the first inning. First pitch swinging for Holroyd as he fouls it back.
We've talked about it all season. They get to 2 outs, and they're not out of any inning, and that includes this one here in the 7th. That obviously now more than ever, they're going to need a little bit of magic to happen with the 2 on the board.
0-1 here as Holroyd climbs back. He rocks and fires home. That one misses low and outside to Holroyd. A good take at 1-1, and this is where you got to continue to have your good approach. You can't just try and send it a long way knowing tying run is on deck. With 2 outs, the 1-1 from Moore to Holroyd. Fires in, that one right on the inside corner. The Bees down to their final strike.
Yeah, just got him to freeze on the breaking ball there, and now on 2 strikes, you're going to be fighting off anything.
1-2. Moore shakes off the first pitch, likes the second, rocks and fires. Fastball low and outside. Deuces wild, 2-2 with 2 outs.
And a good eye and a good spot for Moore as well. Going low and outside, see if you can't get a chase. Now on 2-2, you might get something a little bit more over the plate.
The 2-2 pitch from Moore to Holroyd. He rocks and fires. Swung on and missed, and that will do it. South Gibson gets it done. Final score, 3-1.
Yeah, and what a win by South Gibson as well. They had to do it down by a run a couple of innings ago. Get a couple of balls down that first base line. They cash in on them, get that kind of insurance run across as it gets away from Ricky Allison behind the plate. And the Bees just unable to get it going offensively to try to get back into it.
An unbelievable run for this group of seniors comes to an end for the Bees. They round out their final season with a record of 27-14. It's a bad taste in your mouth if you're an Upperman fan, but one of the final 6 teams, as you mentioned, Jacob, left playing in Class 3A. They returned to form after that blip last year. 3 state tournament appearances, a state championship, a state runner-ups. It's one of the best senior classes in Upper Cumberland history, and a really good season for Upperman comes to an end. They're the only baseball team in the UC that made it here this year. They left their mark, won a game here, but ultimately fell short on day number 2 in the spring flag.
This is an Upperman program that obviously has had some great success. You go back to the 1990s when they went on all of their state tournament runs and state championships, and then there was a little bit of a lull in between before these seniors got here 4 years ago. In their freshman year, they come out and win a state title, make the state tournament and the state championship game the next year, sub-state last year, back here to the state tournament again. I mean, he just rattled off all those over 100 career wins here in baseball for Upperman. They're leaving this program in a better spot than what they had founded, and that's all you're looking to do as a senior class. And 8 of these seniors, so they're obviously going to leave a big hole coming into next season, and we'll see what this team is made of next year.
Talk about that senior class: Justin Fallon, Evan Huddleston, Alec Wilson, Juju Yano, Carson Holroyd, Rookie Allison, Aiden Wyatt, and Cody Lowe. A tremendous senior class, and I remember the state championship game 4 seasons ago now at Siegel, where we looked from behind home plate and said, there's a freshman behind the plate, there's a freshman at second, there's a freshman at short, there's a freshman in center, there's a freshman at first, there's a freshman all over the field. They left their mark, they got a ring, they got a runner-up plaque. As Coach Wes Shank said, they're adding something into the outfield. They weren't sure what it is. It's going to stay state tournament. A testament to what they built in Baxter, that this is a bad taste, but a great season nonetheless.
Absolutely. I mean, they had to deal with adversity all season long. They were in some close games all the way through in the postseason as well. Had to take the long route in the region tournament, in the sub-state, went to 3 games, and then here in the state tournament as well. Absolutely nothing to hang their hats about. I mean, that was a tremendous season by the Upperman Bees, and especially for that senior class. There's still a lot to be excited about as well. You got Chris Worsing coming back. You got Carson Shoup coming back, Brain Green as well. And so you've got some key pieces, Ryland Case in there, and obviously a lot of the younger freshmen and sophomores who didn't get a ton of playing time. Brain Wolke on the mound. And
don't forget the middle school Jackets just went to the state
right.
tournament. They really like that 8th grade
right.
class. It may look different, especially next
Absolutely.
year. Wes Shanks is going to have some work to do trying to fit pieces, but they will no doubt be trying to make some noise in the future. A tremendous season for the Bees comes to a close. One more note on the seniors. I've had the luxury over 4 seasons of calling probably 99% of their games. You can probably count on one hand the amount of games I wasn't in the press box for that this senior class has played. They're a tremendous baseball group. They're also tremendous young men. They're a lot of fun to cover.
Shout out to the press box boys as well.
100%.
We've had been able to be with them for these last 4 years and been able to grow some friendships with them as well, and it's been a fun time. And so we appreciate them, and tip of the cap to all those seniors for the Upperman Bees.
And specifically, the man who the press box is named after, Jeff Petey Goolsby. You wonder how we're so good at knowing what's a hit, what's an error, what the stats are. It's because of Petey. We got these beautiful yellow stat sheets. We appreciate him. Young did a great job helping us out as well this year. The season does come to an end here in the state tournament. The Bees go 1-2 in Rutherford County. They fall against South Gibson 3-1. Coverage coming to UpperCumberlandReporter.com of all the Upper Cumberland teams. DeKalb County softball, Gordonsville softball, Cookeville soccer, track and field, and Upperman baseball. A championship game tomorrow. We'll wait and see if Cookeville soccer can join the DeKalb County Tigerettes. DeKalb County tomorrow morning, MTSU against Gibbs for a state championship in Class 3A, trying to knock off the defending champs. Cora Kilgore's throwing really well for the Tigerettes. We'll see if she can get it done. Website coverage of that game coming to UpperCumberlandReporter.com tomorrow. Once again, your final score as the Bees season comes to an end. It's South Gibson 3, Upperman 1. Thank you so much to the sponsors for making it possible for us to do Upperman baseball all season long. Hard to believe, Jacob.
This is our final broadcast.
This is our final broadcast. That just hit me of the year.
Same.
We've done well over 500 broadcasts of high school sports in the Upper Cumberland in the last year, and we have so many fun things coming. Proving Ground, Season 3. We know where we're going. We'll announce that in the very coming days. We've got some new commentators coming to UCR. One is we are super excited about. We will announce that as well. We also will be the exclusive video partner of Red, White, and Boom, the largest fireworks display in the Upper Cumberland, the second largest fireworks display in the Southeast. Concert and the fireworks show. We've got something big we're working on towards the end of the summer that's desperately needed in our area. We are doing it. A lot of details to come on that, but make sure you stay tuned for that. We're super excited, and football season will be here before you know it.
First of all, tip of the cap to you, tip of the cap to Michael Lindsay, and it's just us three here at UCR full-time, but a huge shout-out to all of the freelancers that help us, especially these broadcasts, get the job done. Starts in football season, going on into basketball, and then baseball and softball as well. Couldn't be done without them. Obviously, we're out all over the place, but so are they, and so we appreciate everybody. It's a lot of people, and I know you've tried to name them off at times.
I used to.
You can't do it now.
Yeah,
We've got so many people that help us out, and we appreciate them, and appreciate you guys as well.
And the people who do it that you see all the time, the people who do it once every once in a while, those sometimes we had a high school kid from Sparta come in huge 1 week in football season.
Absolutely.
So it doesn't happen. It's not free without all of our advertisers. We cannot thank them enough. Gentry's Power Equipment you see on the screen, unbelievable sponsors. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing, you'll still see them tomorrow on that state championship game, but you're spot on. Jacob, my right-hand man. It's going to be weird in football not being next to you. We've had a lot of fun the past few months calling games together. That won't last very long with it. Saturday night in football season. We'll be back together. And from Fire and Vine for the UCR football show, which will be right around the corner. As we sign off for one final time, we are going to take some time away from the headset for a couple of weeks, and then we'll be back with more. One more thing I forgot to mention, the third annual UCR 7-on-7 Showcase will be here before you know it early in July across the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network. Final score one more time from Smyrna High School. Upperman falls to South Gibson 3-1. I'm Noah McKay for Jacob Vincent, Michael Lindsay, everybody at UCR. Have a great day, everybody.